It has been a sad week in the world of motorsports. Sadly, we have lost two major talents this week, with Dan Weldon dying in IndyCar Series finale in Las Vegas, Nevada, aged just 33, and now today Marco Simoncelli passing away at the MotoGP event in Sepang, Malaysia at the very young age of 24. First of all, I would like to make it clear that I have checked YouTube. I was searching for footage of him to see some of the highlights of his career, as I have been a motorsports enthusiast all my entire life. Formula 1 mostly, but I follow enjoy many different forms of motorsports, from rallying to MotoGP, motorbike racing, and various other forms of motorsports that are held competitively, professionally around the world. I came across one video which contained the full footage of the crash of Marco Simoncelli and is a very graphic footage of his death. Now, sadly, he did of course die about an hour later after the accident in hospital, but this is effectively his death. Now, I find it filthy and disgusting that people have, and I've just checked a little while ago, have copied this video or uploaded a version of that video on their own YouTube their own YouTube channels. I find it disgusting that an innocent man's death has been uploaded onto YouTube. Now, as a good service as YouTube is, this certainly should not be the case. YouTube should not be shown the footage of his death. And I know some people will go and search for this footage. I'm not going to say whose channel, what channels it's on, because all you need to do is search for it in the search bar. But I cannot stop you doing that. I cannot stop you liking it, disliking it, commenting on it, whatever. I hope that the majority of people with common sense will look at that footage and flag it as inappropriate to YouTube. Now, you see, some of the people on YouTube, actually not many, but some people on YouTube are little kids. A lot of them give a fake birth date and proclaim their ages as 44, 45, 50, or a lot older than they actually are, in order to view the 18 plus, the adult only restricted footage that appears on YouTube. Now, I have no argument with some of the idiots that who put up things like stunts that they do. If they do stunts and they take the risk of doing it, that's fine. If you get injured, that's your own. If you want to do silly stunts like I've seen on some terrestrial and even other platforms, television platforms, shows that show some footage from YouTube and other video sites, if they hurt themselves attempting such stupid stunts, that's fine. Because that is their own risk they take. The only thing about that is the NHS, if they hurt themselves, have to bear the burden, or if they're in another country, their own medical services have to bear the burden of their stupidity. But like I said, it's up to them. If they want to take those risks, that's fine. That's up to them. If they go and hurt themselves, they've taken the risk and it's not paid off. But that's fine, because they take the risks, not me. They get injured, not me. But you see, what has disgusted me about this is that there's footage of Dan Weldon's crash. Thankfully, because of the way the cameras were in the footage, you can't see his car, you cannot see what happened to his car. Although it burst into flames, you can see the flames, but thankfully you cannot see up close the car. In this Marco Simoncelli's case, it is MotoGP accident, which is the motorbikes. Obviously, they're open motorbikes. They're not enclosed in any way. The footage that was shown on TV, obviously it was inadvertently shown on TV. They were just following the race. So I'm not going to go any broadcaster that are showing the footage, because like I said, just like Formula 1, they are showing the footage of the race. Now, the whole point of motorsports is to have a good, clean, safe, competitive race. Nobody should be injured. All drivers and all involved should return safely to their homes at the end of the day. Even though if the car gets damaged, that's fine, as long as the person either walks away, even if slightly injured, minor injuries, broken arm, bruises. If they walk away, that's fine, because many people work very hard on safety in motorsports, thanks to FIA and many other individuals, especially stewards of many motorsports. The stewards are actually volunteers, give up their own time, obviously motorsports enthusiasts who are properly trained by the permanent full-time staff of a particular track or motorsport series. They are fully trained beforehand in what to do in the case of an accident, or their duties and and other stuff that they are required to do. So it's thanks to them that some of the motorsport series events actually take place, because without their safety, them being there for safety reasons, obviously the events could not go ahead. Now, it has sickened me and disgusts me that so many people have uploaded the footage of Marco Simoncelli's death, because, like I said, it's very graphic footage. Like I said, it was unvertically broadcast because they were just following, the broadcasters involved were just following the race and broadcasting the race. Now, what disgusts me about it is this man's death is being shown. Now, many people may remember, and I certainly remember it. I was about just 10 years old at the time, but I remember 1994 San Marino Grand Prix. There were 3 major incidents on that 28th of April to 1st of May weekend. The first of which was by Rubens Barrichello, whose Jordan left the ground, who flew up into the air, crashed into the barriers. Thankfully, he only received relatively minor injuries of broken nose, broken arm and several bruisings, and thankfully has made a full recovery and is still competing to this day. Sadly, on the Saturday 30th of April 1994 and 1st of May 1994, we lost 2 fantastic drivers in Roland Ratzenberger and Ayrton Senna. Roland Ratzenberger was new to Formula 1. This was his first drive with the Simtek team, and of course Ayrton Senna was a legendary Formula 1 driver. Roland Ratzenberger was an experienced driver who again crashed into the barriers. He had raced for several years around the world, about 10 years experience in various different in racing formulas and challenges, including Le Mans and several other small British racing championships. And of course Ayrton Senna was a very experienced driver in Formula 1. They sadly both died at the ages of 33 and 34 respectively. Dan Weldon, like I said, passed away at the age of 33, and Marco Simoncelli has passed away at the very young age of 24 years old. That is almost 5 years younger than I am. It proves that the risks for taking motorsports are numerous, whether it's the circuits, the cars themselves, the speed they go at, or the number of cars on the track. Now, of course, you cannot eliminate the risk from motorsports entirely. You cannot remove the risks of any motorsports or any sports or anything in life entirely. You could get hit by a car while crossing the street. You could jog and suffer a heart attack. Now, obviously, like I said, there is much safety work going on in motorsports through the years. Especially Michael Schumacher has pushed a lot of cases in Formula 1 because he was friends with Ayrton Senna, he was friends with Roland Ratzenberger, and there's of course a long-term friend of Rubens Barrichello, former teammates. Even though some people say they may not have gone on, he of course has respect for all the drivers competing in Formula 1. Michael Schumacher has pushed it in Formula 1. Many drivers have pushed it in other motorsport series around the world, and certainly FIA, the world governing body of motorsports, who are helping of course with these investigations into the IndyCar racing crash involving the 15 cars in Las Vegas, and I'm sure will be certainly helping investigations into the Marco Simoncelli crash and circumstances surrounding both crashes, which of course, as the world governing body, they are fully legally entitled, and I'm sure legally bound to do. Now, I know that many people, and I've spoken to several other people this evening, who are also motorsports enthusiasts. They are disgusted with the fact that many people are uploading footage of these crashes as well. Now, I understand that a lot of his fans and a lot of MotoGP fans and a lot of racing fans will want to see the footage of crashes, and to as part of the attraction of the sport is the high speed and the unpredictability of what will happen. But what I'm talking about today is the fact that an innocent man has passed away and has died as a result of this crash. I do not appreciate all these people uploading this footage because it is such a graphic footage. Because like Marco Simoncelli's death, like I said, it's motorbikes. Like I said, the broadcaster inadvertently showed the footage when they were just relaying the race as it happened, and it happened so quickly. Understandably, there is supposedly a several second delay on some broadcasters' footage. Obviously, like I said, the crashes in IndyCar and MotoGP happened so quickly they probably could not do anything about the broadcast of these crashes. But what disgusts me is people who are uploading it supposedly as tribute to this late great racer or late great racers in Weldon and Mark Simoncelli's cases. Supposedly it's tribute to them, supposedly the highlights of their career, but you click on it and it's the footage of the crash. Now, like I said, these are the innocent men's lives who have been lost. Their friends and family have suffered the loss of a family member, and I'm sure that many of these YouTube users who have uploaded this footage would not like it if a member of their family or friends was involved in such a crash and the footage was uploaded to YouTube. They would not appreciate one bit. And I'm sure the friends and family of Dan Weldon and Marco Simoncelli and all those other motorsports heroes who have died or passed away as a result of crashes do not appreciate it either. I would say for people to have respect to what they upload onto YouTube. I'm sure that many people will flag some of these videos as inappropriate. One that I flagged had been removed, and I'm sure that many people will be disgusted with, as I am, with the uploading of footage of these crashes. I would also add, to finish, we'd like to add that please respect the privacy of these families, both of Dan Weldon and Marco Simoncelli, in order to let them grieve for their family member, their friend who has passed away. I know that both these gentlemen were so-called celebrities, and many celebrities open their life to the media or talk to the media when it benefits them. But these families have lost their family, their friend. So I please ask you to please respect their wishes, let them grieve in peace. I'm sure there will be memorial service and other places where fans can pay tribute to these gentlemen and others who have died in motorsport crashes. So please try to seek out these official ones or ones that are set up, I'm sure in the future, to pay tribute to these gentlemen. So again, please let their families, friends grieve in peace, to grieve their family member, to absorb and to get used to what has happened, to realise, to really to understand what has happened. May they all who have died in motorsport crashes rest in peace. I only wish health and success to those competing in motorsports, and hope they all keep safe, and thank them all for their time, dedication and efforts.